Hi, I'm Stacy. Welcome to the kitchen of my old Kentucky home. It's fall in Kentucky, so today on Bourbon and Biscuits, Jessica and I will be making two seasonal dishes. We'll be fixing up a corn pudding and an apple cider cocktail. Let's get started. For our corn pudding, here's what we'll need. 4 to 5 ears of corn, 1 cup of heavy cream, 3 eggs, 1/3 a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of butter, and a half teaspoon each of salt and baking powder. So for our Kentucky version of corn pudding, we're just gonna start by beating our eggs until foamy, and then we're gonna add our dry ingredients and get those mixed in, followed by the wets. Now add the butter, followed by the corn. Our last two ingredients are going to be our full cup of cream. We'll still whisk that around. And then I have taken the corn off the cob. This made about 2.5 cups is what we're looking for. And it just depends on what the size of your ears of corn were. And we're simply going to pour this into a casserole dish that I have pre-greased. And we're gonna take this to the oven. I've got it on 350. And we're just gonna bake it till golden brown, about 45 minutes. While that bakes, we'll go to Jessica to make an apple cider bourbon cocktail.
All right, today we're gonna make a very festive fall cocktail. We're gonna make a harvest bourbon cider. So the first thing you're gonna do if you're gonna make this cocktail beforehand is make a spiced cider syrup. And to do this, I took a gallon of apple cider and I added cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little bit of ginger. And then I reduced it from a gallon to about 4 cups. So it's gonna be a little bit time consuming and you wanna give it time to cool down before you make your cocktail. So definitely do that in advance. But then once you've got that, it's very simple. We are gonna take 1.5 ounces of this cider syrup or reduction. And then we're gonna do 2 ounces of bourbon. And we're gonna do just a few dashes of regular Angostura Bitters. Oops. And then shake that all in a cocktail shaker with ice. All right, and then we're gonna strain this into a coupe glass, but first I'm going to rim this for a little bit of garnish with some caramel sauce that I've already got set out on a plate here. It's almost like a nice candy apple cocktail. All right, so we've got some kind of caramel drizzles there. It's perfectly fine if they go into the glass, just be extra delicious. Okay, and I'm just gonna strain this in here. It smells delicious and kind of like Thanksgiving. All right, there you have it. It is our harvest bourbon cider.
So Jessica, you know how we like a theme or a through line for the episode?
Mm-hmm.
So what that was for me for this one was corn pudding to do, you know, it's such a Southern tradition.
Right.
Not necessarily Kentucky, but such Southern. Everybody has a family recipe, right? So when to do that, my favorite time to eat it is Thanksgiving, where my
Us too,
son will devour trays of it. But that got me thinking about a cocktail that my cousin made several years ago that she rimmed with caramel apple and it had cider in it, and she couldn't remember exactly what it was, so she gave us the recipe. This is a little different in a good way, which she didn't call it candy apple, but this one really has
I think because it's kind of simple with just the reduction of the cider, so it's got real strong apple flavors, and then the caramel really, tastes like a dessert.
It's really good, and because Lisa needs to figure out what she really made years ago too, because that was also good.
Okay, well, I was willing to try that also.
So cheers to good memories.
And new cocktails. And we'll see you next time on Bourbon
and Biscuits.
Cheers.
Cheers.